Okay, as I mentioned, this first session, we're going to be diving into views of the human problem, and so we're going to be looking at Stoicism, Christianity, Buddhism, and Confucianism, and three different approaches to this notion of the human problem. But we're going to start out by looking at by having you watch this soliloquy or this monologue in Hamlet. And so if you're not familiar with Hamlet, he's had a rough go. His father, the king, has passed away. His mom married his uncle, and he thinks there's something amiss in the state of Denmark. But what can he do about it? And so he talks a little bit about, it's like that he can't commit suicide. He can't do this, but he's really upset with his mom for marrying his uncle. And so quickly after his father died. But it's emblematic of this angst, this human problem that we have. Like there's something disconnected in us. There's something that is just not right. And so we're also going to look at something from the Happiness Project and some studies on happiness. And so see, it's like, okay, is there something that we could be doing? And so then we'll look at the religions. They start out, okay, here's what we think is wrong. And so Stoicism, argues one thing. Stoicism is like, well, we just don't have the knowledge. We need more knowledge. We need more knowledge. We need more knowledge. We're not aligning ourselves with nature. We're wishing things to be that they're not. Buddhism, it's like, well, we're unhappy because we crave. So that's why. And so all life is suffering as long as we keep this craving and craving for things to be the same, craving for passion, craving for things to be eternal, that we are going to suffer. And Christianity looks at it in a different sense. It's about, we're going to look at St. Augustine and the egotistic desire and the turn away from God. And so what Christianity argues could be the cause for human suffering, or not. The cause for this angst, this human disconnect, the fall. So what we see in the Bible. And then Confucianism talks about, really it's just about education. And it's just about filial piety. It's like you need to be able to have this idea, these proper relationships and rituals in those relationships. So it's a pretty quick read. It's a pretty quick presentation. I actually, for this one, I suggest you just do the reading, go through. There's actually 11 quiz questions this week. This session. There's no discussion post this session because we're going to take some of these ideas here and it's actually going to feed into your final exam. So that's the session overview. No discussion for this particular session, but there is a relatively longer quiz that kind of just flows from as you're doing the reading, answering questions along. Or I'll post a short presentation up there too. But that's the session. Enjoy. Goodbye.